Okay, then I want to talk to you about Template Creator and some of the posts that I've seen around Facebook regarding Canva, the transparent areas, having to open it in other software. So stick around for the video. I'm going to show you Template Creator, how easy it is, and why you should be looking at ditching Canva, ditching the need to open it in Photopea, P, whatever you want to call it, Photoshop, and other photo editing software. Okay, so this on screen is the website for Template Creator. So what you do first is you download the trial, the Windows trial or the Mac trial. Now, if you do the Windows, you will get a pop-up saying Windows Protect. Now, that is all to do with a certificate on the software. There isn't a certificate because it costs a couple of £1,000 to get one. The Mac is certified because it goes through the developer account. So if you're doing it on Windows and you get a pop-up, click more info and then click run anyway. Do your virus check first. The file's fine. It's just all to do with the certificate. It's a safe file. Once you've downloaded it, you will have access to the system, but you won't have access at that stage to the templates because you've not actually purchased the software at that point. There are some free templates on here. They're very, very basic. Okay, so here you've got a portrait and a single with 3-shot. So you can download them, open them in the software, try it. When you open the software to start with, this is what it looks like. So there's nothing on there. So it's now looking for you to either drag and drop your own images on there. You can move the photo area around now. As you can see, wherever I move that, it is transparent behind it. Okay, so if you are using Canva, you do not get that transparency. You can get transparency, but it's a long-winded way of doing it. So the advice I keep seeing, and there's one of the big video creators. He does a lot on YouTube. I'm not going to name him. He did a post that I saw yesterday, and again, it talks about creating templates in Canva, which is Canva's got all the images and everything, so it's great for that. But you then extract it, and then he's talking about removing the background, so he's opening it up in Photopea. Now, I know the guys at Luma Booth did a Facebook Live last week, I think it was, where they were showing the same thing. Honestly, it's a faff. It just takes you too long. Using something like this, I'm going to show you now how you can very easily create templates. Now, yes, you will need your own images if you want to go further, but you do have access to some templates that you can literally just edit the text. So what I'll do, I'll show you how to create one from scratch to start with, and then I'm going to show you the templates that you get where you can edit them. I mean, I used one of the templates that downloaded it. I used it. I created a 3-shot. I created a single shot, and I created a welcome screen, all themed, all kept on the same theme, and it's running. It ran it at an event, and it was absolutely perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get my images up now. So just to do a bit of drag and drop. So I've got a folder here with some backgrounds in. So I'm just going to grab a background, and I will throw that one in. So I'm literally dragging it from my folder that I've got on my PC. These are images that I've downloaded, and then it's asking me, do I want to set it as a background or use it as a decoration? Now, obviously I want it as a background. So there we go. So we've now got our background image in, and remember, wherever I place this photo area, it is going to be transparent. Now, with the photo area, what I do recommend is turning on the grid, because the grid will help you line everything up nicely. So we're going to go with that one there, and I'm going to put a frame around that photo area. So I'll keep it a black for now, but you can change the color. And I'm also going to make the corners rounded. And that's just by increasing that radius there. So you can see we've now got one photo area with rounded corners. Now, if I'm happy with that, I can then look to duplicate that. So I'm going to move that one there. Okay, and because the sizing isn't quite right to the left and right, I'll show you a tip in a minute. So I'm going to duplicate again, and this one I'm going to place down here. Okay, so we've now got 3 photo areas, all transparent, and it's just ready for images and text if I want to put them on there. Now, the little tip I was going to show you at the top here where it says grid and grid show and snap, leave them both on, but if you reduce the grid size, take it down to 10, what it'll do, it'll make them squares a lot smaller, and it will allow you that little bit more freedom to make them spaces in between, so you can play around with it and get it to exactly as you want it. Okay, so just go with something along them lines. So I'd be happy with that as my start ground for that template. So Next, I'm going to add some images on there. So I'm just going to, again, these are images that I've got on my computer. So go with something wedding, and I'll just have a quick browse through, see what I've got. So I'll just put them wedding means on there, drag, drop, add it as a decoration, place it wherever I want, and then I'm ready to start adding text. So I'll just put my text and add that to the canvas. So that places the text on there. Once you've added your text, it gives you more text options down at the bottom here. So we can change the color. So I'll just change it to red for now. And then your fonts and all the usual stuff. Don't need to go into all that in this video, and then can you resize it, place it wherever you're at. So if I was happy with that template now, all I have to do is click export, and then for my photo booth software, just add it in my booth software. I've not got to start messing with layers. Everything is as it was. I've not got to open Photopea, Photoshop, or any other photo editing software to remove the background, because it's all done for you. It's so easy to use. Now, I did mention the ready templates. So what I'll do, we'll assume that we've downloaded one. So on the website, when you purchase the software, I contact you and I give you a member ID, which you would put in at the top. Now, I'm currently signed in, so it's going to allow me to download any of the templates that are on here. So let's have a look. So I know that I've downloaded that one already, so I'm going to preview it. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. That looks nice. So I'm going to open that in the software. So we'll have downloaded it. Open the software, click the orange open button. And then I know that that one is wedding 3, so I'll open it there. And when you first open it, the text may look a little bit odd, but as soon as you click it, it will then put the fonts in. Now, that may depend on if you have the fonts on your system. All right, this system itself has over 200 fonts. Okay, so you can change the fonts, and if you're using Windows, it will look at all your fonts that you have on your Windows machine as well. That feature is coming to Mac, but for now it's only Windows. But Mac users, you've still got the use of over 200 fonts, and that's it. So all I need to do there is highlight the name, change it here. So let's go Sarah and Simon, and I'm going to drag that to where I need it. Obviously, I would change the date the same way. I don't need to do it now, and export it, and that's me done for my event. Now, if I really wanted to go further, I could then start changing the layout. So change the size of the width and the height of the template, and then I can do a portrait with portrait photos, and I can remove the photo areas altogether and create a welcome screen. I have done another video on that, and it is on the playlist on YouTube, so do have a look on that. But if you've got any questions on this, do feel free to ask. Now, currently, it is on offer at £49.99. You purchase it once, it's yours, and then that's it. You're not tied into any subscriptions. You don't have to renew it every year. Any future updates will also be included in that purchase. And yeah, so it's an absolute bargain at £49.99. It's so easy to use. I've got people that are using it now that have never made a template before, and they are flying with it. So get it purchased, templatecreator.co.uk, make the purchase, then have a look at the YouTube playlist, because it shows you the process to get your license, and it is a little bit involved, we'll be straight with you, and that's just to stop people stealing the software. So it will work. You get a license per machine. So I'll just bring it up on the website. So when you have done the trial, so do the trial first, make sure it works on your computers. Once you have done that, you make the purchase, and then when you've made that purchase, come back to the web page, click activate, and then fill in this information here. Now it's asking for a machine ID. You would get that from the top of the software. When you're on the trial, it will tell you how many days left you've got on the trial. So if you click at the very top, it will give you your machine ID, and that's what you put in here. So I need your name, your email, and your machine ID. So once you fill that out, click submit. I don't need the order transaction, but you can put it in there if you wish. Submit the machine ID. I will then tally that up with the purchase, and I'll send you your license and also your member ID for the templates. So stop using multiple softwares to create a transparent photo area. You don't need them. You can do it very, very easily in this. And in terms of images, there are millions and millions of images that you can download for free on the internet. There's a great website that I recommend called Creative Fabrica. It is a subscription, but you can get a year subscription, download as much as you want, and there's millions of images on there. So you'll build yourself up a catalogue of images. And going back to the software, if you have created, you've worked on this one, for example, you've downloaded it, but then you've made a change. So let's say you've changed it to, we'll go with that one, set the background. You can see it's changed it straight away. All them transparent areas are still there. Obviously, you change the text and the images and stuff like that. But once you've created your own template, if you click save, call it what you want, you can then open that up and use it for future events. Just edit them like you would have done with the download. So the video is finishing here. If you've got any questions, do get in touch. But yeah, you won't find it easy. Very, very easy to use. Okay, so yeah, templatecreator.co.uk. Take care.